guys, I am in the cozy clothes today because today I want to talk about how we need to keep a healthy relationship with our food and body through the holidays. I want to encourage you to learn how to have a balanced and guilt-free approach to holiday eating. I think we all know that during the holidays it can be really hard because you have all the food and all the activities, and you go from Thanksgiving straight into the Christmas season, and you have the sweets and the cookies and just all of the things that go into it. And I think that if you're somebody who's struggled with how you see your body, or you struggled with your relationship with food, especially during these last 2 months of the year, even in October with all the candy and everything, like the last 3 months of the year can be very hard because I've been there. I did it last year where I thought about the food that was going to be served, what I was going to allow myself to eat, how much I was going to allow myself to eat, the type of desserts I would allow myself to eat again, how much of those desserts was I going to allow myself to eat. And then I would think to myself, like, what is this going to do to my body? What kind of exercises am I going to have to do extra this season to work off all of this food? And with definitely going into this year and working on my relationship with food and working on my relationship with, my body, I've learned that even through the different holidays all throughout the year, I've just allowed myself to enjoy the holidays, enjoy the foods, enjoy the desserts, and not have any second thought about it. Because if we allow ourselves to think about it too much, then we go down the rabbit hole of what ifs, and we don't necessarily let ourselves enjoy those holiday moments where we should just feel, guilt-free and, not have restrictive thoughts about what we're going to be eating and what our bodies are going to look like again. Because I think too, also, there are a lot of people who go through this holiday seasons and they're like, I'm just going to eat what I want and let myself enjoy myself. But then when the new year comes, I'm on a strict diet and new workout routine to work off all this extra food that I allowed myself to enjoy. And I think it's silly that we have to allow ourselves to enjoy those things. We should just be able to enjoy them and not have too many, thoughts about that. So today I kind of want to share with you some tips with how you can deal with, guilt and restrictive eating around big meals or sweets that can be challenging. So what you could do is challenge guilt with curiosity. When you feel guilt coming on, pause and ask yourself why. Often these thoughts come from the diet culture or old habits. By questioning them, you can see that it's okay to enjoy the food without judgment. Remind yourself that food is meant to be nurturing and bring pleasure. It's okay to approach both. I think that when you have a thought come up when you're eating during the holidays, or when you reach for a sweet and that thought comes up of, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Or what is this going to do to my body? Challenge that thought. Say, why is this coming up? Is this because I've listened to diet culture for so long that, I can't enjoy this time? Or like for me, I know that during the holidays, it would be old habits, things that I used to do for so long that I had to kind of stop and say, okay, this is something that was an old habit. I'm no longer doing this anymore. I'm going to allow myself to just enjoy the time, that I have with my friends and family, and enjoy the food and the sweets. Like, these are habits I'm trying to break. And sometimes, old habits are going to come up, and sometimes they're not easy to break. But I think the more you practice it, the easier it will become. That's why you can also redefine healthy as flexible. Remember that a healthy approach to food includes flexibility. Allowing yourself to eat freely at special events or enjoy treats without restrictions is a part of a balanced life. If you're eating a large or rich meal, focus on what this meal adds to your experience: connection, tradition, pleasure, rather than its nutritional content. Be flexible with healthy. Allow yourself to eat freely and enjoy treats and food without restrictions. Part of a balanced lifestyle, part of balanced eating, is finding those times where, yes, you're focusing on the nutrition, what's going in your body, how you're fueling yourself, but it's also on the other side of balancing that and just eating freely, having a good time, not thinking too much. Life is always a balance of two things. So if you can find that balance for yourself to say, sometimes I eat nutritional, sometimes I eat really good, but on the other side of that, I allow myself those times, those events, those birthdays, the holidays, to kind of let go of that thinking pattern and kind of just enjoy myself, eat the foods that I want to eat the sweets and the snacks that I want to eat without restricting myself, because I know that that isn't going to do that much to me. That isn't going to change my body that much. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And I know that, again, for me, that's a big thing that I'm gonna have to work on this year myself, is telling myself, like, it's not a big deal. You're allowed to eat whatever you want to eat and go from there. If you want a sweet after, you've eaten your dinner, allow yourself to have that sweet. Like, that's not going to put you over. That's not going to do some harm to you. It's just allowing yourself, again, to enjoy those times and enjoy those meals and enjoy those sweets without it being bigger than it should be. You could also embrace the 80-20 approach, aiming for balance over time, rather than in every meal can reduce guilt. If most of our meals are nutrition dense, then indulging in sweets or large meals occasionally is perfectly fine. If you're still, trying to work on your health, but you're also trying to work on how you see your body, approach this as 80-20. 80% of the time I am good with my eating and my diet and working out, but 20% of the time I'm allowed to just feel guilt-free and eat large meals and sweets and not judge myself. Or another thing you can do is you can eat slowly. I've noticed that with me, I don't load up my plate. I do smaller amounts and then I kind of eat slowly. So then it gives my body enough time to say, okay, we are full and we don't need to eat anymore, instead of eating really fast and then feeling really bloated and gross. And then those thoughts come up, oh my gosh, what is this doing to my body? If you allow yourself to fill up your plate a little bit smaller and then enjoy a little bit of everything, then overall you won't feel like, oh, I'm stuffed, I can't believe I ate that much. You'll feel more like, okay, I allowed myself to eat a little bit of everything. This is good. I now allowed myself to, eat slow enough that I feel full. And then afterwards, again, if you want that treat, if you want coffee, whatever afterwards, and you feel okay with doing that, do that. I think everything is in your mind. How we see food, how we see our bodies, how we think of things. And if we just allow ourselves to remember that it's not like an all or nothing thinking or all or nothing, it's going to be so much better. Because remind yourself that no single meal or food choice will make or break your health. One dessert or one big meal doesn't mean you ruined everything. Each meal is just one of many opportunities to nourish yourself. This perspective makes it easier to move on without feeling restrictive afterwards. Again, hear me, no single meal or food choice will make or break your health. If you are somebody who is on a strict diet or someone who has been dieting all year, choosing to indulge in these holiday meals and these holiday treats are not going to ruin everything you've done all year. Because I think that's what we think, is that if we allow ourselves to enjoy these times and indulge and eat those treats that we want to eat the cookies and the cakes and all that, this ruins all the progress that we've already put in place. And it doesn't. I know for me going through this journey, I've had to work so much on my mindset with food and my relationship with food and how I see it and how it plays a role in my life and it plays a role in how I see my body, that I've realized that I can just allow myself to eat things without, afterwards putting myself down or afterwards picking my body apart. And I know the holidays are really hard if you're dealing with that kind of thought pattern, or if you're dealing with the diet culture all year and feeling shameful about what you're eating. Just I could encourage you just to allow yourself to enjoy the holidays. You're not going to always be 100% perfect if you are, doing a diet. And that's okay. But don't punish yourself afterwards or restrict your eating afterwards or work out 10 times harder afterwards, because that's not going to do anything for you. That's just going to make you feel really crappy. Allow yourself to enjoy the meals. Even if you're trying to, again, have, the nourishment for yourself and the nutrition side of that, then eat smaller or eat the more healthy choices. If there's veggies and dip and all that stuff, then eat the healthier choices. Do what's going to make you feel good. But if you simply just want to let go and just enjoy the holidays, do that as well. Because again, that's not going to ruin the progress you've made. It's not going to ruin the things that you've put in place. And it's not going to take you back. It's just you're allowing yourself to enjoy. And then after the holidays, you can jump right back into whatever you want to, your diet, whatever you're working on, you can. Like for me, I know that I've been working really hard on, again, my relationship with food and how I see my body. And I've come so far that I know that around the holidays, I used to feel guilty about eating too much or allowing myself to eat sweets. But I know this year I'm just going to simply enjoy the holidays without a second thought of what it's going to do to me or what it's going to do to my body. And again, I put into place just eating smaller sizes and not filling my plate up so much, or taking one dessert at a time, because that allows me to eat what I want to eat slowly, or eat that one treat and then decide if I want to go back for more. And that could definitely help you if you feel like you're going to be struggling. Eat smaller sizes, eat slower, one treat at a time, and then just kind of slowly go from there. You are the only person that can judge, how much you're eating and what you're eating. So kind of figure out what's going to work for you and then kind of go forward from that. Even during these times, practice self-compassion and body respect. Speak to yourself in a way where you talk to a friend. What would you tell them if they were feeling guilty? Often we are much more compassionate to others than we are to ourselves. So think of the things that you would say to a friend if they were having a hard time, and then say those things to yourself. Because we find it easy to be more compassionate with others than ourselves. But if we can find ways to be compassionate with ourselves, it opens us up to another level of love and caring for ourselves and compassion for ourselves than we've ever allowed ourselves before. Recognize that your worth isn't defined by food choices or body size. Focus on how food makes you feel rather than how you think it might affect your body. Again, you can pick healthier choices. You can do the things that, are going to keep you on the right path. Or you can simply just let yourself enjoy the time, enjoy, the food, and enjoy just the holidays itself. Practice gratitude for food. Express gratitude for your food, whether mentally or out loud. This can help shift your focus from guilt to appreciation. Say to yourself, it's okay to enjoy all kinds of food. I am happy that I get to sit around a table and enjoy this food with my family. I am happy that I am able to appreciate this time that, my parents and my grandparents and my in-laws put into, feed me this food. I am grateful to be in a space where I can enjoy the holidays without, guilt or restrictive eating or anything. Like, I am proud of my body and I am proud of how it looks, and I am, not going to bash myself or let myself get down on how I feel. I think that if we put in steps during these holidays, the easier the holidays are going to be. And like I said, I, over the years, know what it's like to try to stick to some type of diet or some type of eating restriction. And, if I allowed myself to eat too much, I would exercise for hours trying to work off all the extra food. But I don't think that's the way we need to live. I think we can enjoy the holidays as they are. And like I said, if you want to go into the new year and get back into whatever workout program you want to get into, focus on your nutrition and all that, do that. But allow yourself to just embrace the holidays. Encourage, again, a balanced and guilt-free approach to the holiday eating. Figure out a way to enjoy the holidays without restrictions and negative self-talk afterwards or during or that night. Allow yourself to eat freely and enjoy your times. I think a lot of our holidays and our memories around them can be ruined by those negative self-talks and those negative thoughts and the way we see ourselves and the way we talk about our bodies because of what we ate. And I just think that that's just not the way to live. So I know for me, with practicing this year, with changing the relationship with food and my body, I'm just going to allow myself to be this year, to enjoy the food, to enjoy the presence of others, and just to eat how I want to eat and what I want to eat, and enjoy the sweets and have not a second thought about it. Because that's what the holidays are about. They're about those large meals around the table with the people you love. And we can't let diet culture and we can't let our negative thoughts change that. We can work on it slowly. Again, my tip for you: eat slower, eat smaller amounts, do one treat at a time, do a little bit. If there's like snacks and stuff, do it just a little bit at a time. Listen to your body and what it needs. And if you're hungry, eat. Don't starve yourself because you think that's what you need to do. Allow your body and allow yourself to eat what you want to eat without looking at the nutrition side of things, and then just enjoy the holiday with the ones that love you and the ones you love. So I hope this can help anybody who's been struggling lately with the holidays coming up to realize that you are so much more than food. You are so much more than the food choices. Allow yourself to eat freely and to eat happily and to enjoy this holiday season guilt-free. Because we all, need to learn how to have healthy relationships with food and our bodies through the holidays. And I'm hoping that maybe after you see today's, video, it can help you do that. So thanks for letting me chat with you guys today, and I will chat with you guys again real soon in the next vlog. Bye guys.